Hello and welcome to Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. I am your host, Mikhail Tinubu. I have been spending the whole day outdoors playing football, badminton, volleyball, everything sports related. I hope you've had some sports in your life as well to alleviate some of the stress of this economic reality we find ourselves with the fuel subsidy situation. But as we get deeper and dig into the sports stories from around the world over the course of today, I hope you find an escape in us on Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. Welcome. Former Super Eagles forward Ben Akuegbu has emerged as the top contender in a long list of 8 eminent Nigerians as possible replacements for Youth and Sports Development Minister Sunday Dare. Akuegbu, during his illustrious career, played for the Nigeria under-17s, under-20s, under-23s, and senior national team Super Eagles. The man called Austria Bomber went on to enjoy a glorious career in Europe, including spells at Sturm Graz of Austria, amongst other European countries. Checks reveal that Akuegbu is seen as fit enough to occupy the youth and sports development position to consolidate Sunday Dare's legacy. The likes of Chief Segun Odegbami, a former Super Eagles captain nicknamed Mathematical, Alhaji Garagombe, Kunle Sonami, who owns Remo Stars FC, Victor Ikweba, former Super Eagles and Africa Footballer of the Year, and Honor Sirawo, incumbent president of Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, is also on the sports ministerial wish list. Engineer Amadu Musa Kida, Victor Ikweba, a former Super Eagles striker, and Daniel Amokachi also made the 8-man list. Now I'm joined on the line by Gboyega. Gbenga, good evening.
A pleasant evening to you, Muka. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can.
So what's good?
Well, we have a situation now where the outgoing administration of Sunday Dare is looking at its future replacements for the illustrious position. And it brings to mind a need to examine everything that has happened over the course of his tenure. Sunday Dare, I mean, the minister. What have you made of any accomplishments, if any, that he has made during the tenure in office?
It was precise. One thing I can say for sure is it was precise. I mean, you could get it from the number of awards he was able to get. I think he was able to get like 2 or 3 awards, one national award from the presidency, and all these kind of accumulates or kind of says what he has done in the past 4 years. I mean, he's one of the sport ministers we've had that did limited time. Others have done 8 years, others have done more, but he just came in 4 years and has been able to achieve one or two things in terms of infrastructure. We talk about the stadium in Lagos, which has been abandoned, although under his tenure, but we can see some changes, we can see some improvements, we can see some contracts being dished out for improvements in the stadium. We can see that the same thing in the National Stadium in Abuja here, where I am. I've visited that stadium personally. I've seen the need for renovation or all what. Sunday Daddy has begun to go into partnership. I mean, he's leaving the seat, having set up the league for digital sponsorship. And we are going into the next season, looking forward to the NPFL being on TV. I mean, even from this season, we are going to be seeing the NPFL Super Six on TV. Yeah, that is not totally down to the sports ministry, but I mean, he's the head.
Yeah.
Most of these things go through him. Most of the influence goes through him. So yeah, much accolades for Sunday Dare, and hopefully the next replacement can complement or whatever he has done.
Well, given that he isn't spending as much time as previous ministers have stayed, might we be in for a curveball where he is retained in office?
I think he should leave when the ovation is loudest. from what I see, not everybody needs to stay long in office. Let's increase the span a little to presidency. A lot of Nigerians will tell you one of their favorite, or if not their only favorite president ever in the democratic rule, is Yaradua. Yaradua didn't even spend up to 1 term. He didn't spend up to 4 years. But what he did in that limited time, a lot of people can remember it for years to come. What Sunday Dare has done now can set him up for much more administrative role. Look at Pinnick, for example. Pinnick was still in Nigeria as NFF president, and he was doing other things in CAF and especially in FIFA. I think Sunday Dare can expand his scope if he sees himself as a sports person.
Yeah.
And go to CAF, go to FIFA, and make some other international influences. What he has done for Nigeria will speak well on his CV.
Many people criticized Pinnick, Amaju Pinnick, as not really being a sports person, as being someone more in line with the business aspect of the policy making part of running an organization, which was why the criticism that he didn't seem to care about the advice of more experienced sports personalities, but he was brought in for the sake of maybe utilizing his business acumen to potentially promote the Nigerian game, to improve upon what was on the ground. Sunday Dare would be leaving office as someone who seems to have gone from every aspect of the, he seemed to manage every aspect of the job very well. He promoted the business side of bringing sponsorship to sporting federations within the country, partnering with different sporting federations and international institutions. Meanwhile, he also seemed to pay very big attention. He was very attentive to the to suggestions. I think. How would you rate the effects of his policy of adopt a stadium? Many people might have had questions or worries that it was just the ministry deferring responsibility to a private entity, a private individual. But we've seen some resounding successes coming out of it. And we are still going to bear some benefits from that. Some dividend is still going to come from that. What do you make of his ability to merge both the business side and the sporting side? And can the next person who takes up the position learn anything from that?
He basically utilized the media. Right? He was the friend of the media. He was the friend of the press. I mean, of all the sporting ministers I have known, or that I'm acquainted to since I knew anything about sport, he is one of those ministers who held a lot of press conferences. I mean, I have attended a few since I came to Abuja, and more often than not, these press conferences are not just coming to tell us his policies or coming to tell us his mind. He's coming to lay a background, lay a foundation and avenue, then allow people to bring in their suggestions. Just like you said, he has an open mind and he listens to suggestions. Now, somebody listening to me will think, oh, I'm waxing lyrical about this guy, he's the alpha and the omega, but that's not the case, right? You may not necessarily renovate an entire building, but one or two patches, one or two furnitures that you bring into the building, when somebody else comes into that house, you know that, oh, I can stay in this house and be comfortable. There's no leakage in the roof. The ceramics don't break. The doors, hinges are well done. I don't necessarily have to paint the house for you to know that I actually did the work. So what Sunday Dare did is he came in, understood where the cracks are, and started to patch those holes and make sure that the media were there to acknowledge and put all these things into account. You understand? So that is why his achievements are in the faces of the people. That's why his achievements are in the faces of the government. That's why his achievements are in the faces of people who gave him those awards in the first place. So for what Sunday Dare has done and for what the successor should do is leverage on the media. Make sure that the people hear from you, the people understand the objective you have and see you do it. You may not be able to complete it in 4 years. I mean, like we've just agreed, he's one of the ministers that have done the shortest thing. But most of what is done are well documented.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports Development is a political position just like any other in the country. Do you believe that obviously sometimes people who sit in these positions aren't the most qualified to sit in them? But they come into office with their own agendas, whether they want to work or not. They do certain things that may or may not leave the job better off than they met it. Has Sunday Dare left this job? Is he leaving this job better than he met it?
Absolutely. I mean, he's setting the bar for whoever comes in. Whoever comes in understands that the country generally has infrastructural deficiency and they need to continue from where he stopped. I may not have all the numbers, but I can say a number of contracts that were signed under him to continue certain infrastructural development. Example is Teslim Balogun in Lagos and also the NPO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Apart from football, we saw other things that happened under his reign in athletics. Toby Amuson, yes, we could say most of the accolades go to her personally, but there is some sort of support from the federation, there's some sort of support from the Nigerian Football Association. So all this cumulates to the fact that Sunday Dare made himself available for different sectors that needed attention. You don't necessarily have to solve everything, but just put it out there that these things have challenges and we need to solve it. So he has set the bar. Whoever comes in knows that you can't overlook things. Now the media is on you, now people's eyes are on you, the camera is on you, and people expect you to be up and doing.
We'll take a short break, Gbenga, and we'll be right back with you, and we'll see you soon.
No problem. I'm here with you.
Gbenga, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, I know you are at work. It's not always easy. Is there any place you can move to that's it's slightly quieter?
Okay, let me.
Even if it's outside like we did last time, I think it would be a lot better than this. Yes, yes. I can definitely hear you and less noise. Thank you.
Okay, let's do this.
Uh, can you hold it like that? Is that comfortable for you?
Yes, I can.
All right. Um, can we come back now? Can you, okay, can you, okay, centralize a bit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you hold it like that? No movement. This is good. Thank you.
There's no table, so I'll have to use my hand. So
Okay, okay, all right.
Okay.
Welcome back. You're still watching Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa, and I am still your host, Mikhail Tinubu. Welcome back. I am still joined on the line by Gbenga Gboyega. Gbenga.
Yes.
We were talking about the sports ministry, the Ministry for Youth and Sports Development. I think I just have one more question. Going forward, what is the wish list for the next person to take up this position? What is the next set of hurdles that they need to overcome?
So one of the things that probably Sunday that is still didn't do fully is continue to bring the other sports to life. Yeah, I mentioned athletics. I mentioned aside from football, I think we did well in basketball too. Recently, there's the Afro basketball competition coming up, and I think our ladies and also the men are prepared. So, but the upcoming sports ministry needs to understand that it's not a football ministry. We already have the NFF for that. We need a sports ministry that can bring up other aspects of the game. We need to be back on top when it comes to cricket, especially in Africa. Look at table tennis. Our knight in shining armor, Quadri, is beginning to falter. In the last two competitions I've followed, he has not really gotten to the final of the competition, and that's unlike him in previous administrations. We need improvement in other aspects of sports, not just football or the sport that everybody knows. So he doesn't need anything deep. He doesn't need anything much. Just make sure that every aspect of sports in Nigeria is in the limelight. Once we start from that, it's a good place to continue.